Boston is in the midst of a building boom. Hotels, office towers, and of course the big dig. The usual suspects are involved: architects, designers, contractors. But we found one talent pool that could transform the Boston landscape if only city planners would call on them. Pastry chefs.
So you're looking for an excuse to go way off your diet. Then by all means, make it a night worth sinning for. It's the third annual Architectural Food Contest at the Boston Architectural Center, where some of the most renowned pastry chefs in the city compete to see who can make the most creative non-food item out of nothing but food. Lee Napoli is pastry chef at Anago.
We made the Sea Lion. It's a replica of a 17th century sailing vessel. The body of the ship is made from a yeastless bread dough. The masts are made from chocolate. The sails are made from cookies. And there's a little bit of pulled sugar for the rigging.
It took her 3 days to set sail. Scott Wilson of Swansea perhaps didn't go for as much detail, but he's duplicated an architectural masterpiece.
This is the Guggenheim Museum in New York. I've made it out of cake with buttercream icing. I just like the building.
Contestants are asked to offer a plated dessert for guests who have paid $20 each to see the show and rack up the calories. Kathleen Howard of Upstairs at the Pudding offered miniature chocolate clocks to go along with her replica of an Art Nouveau timepiece.
The clock itself is gum paste that has been colored with different kinds of dried food colorings. They're brushed on, and I rub them with a sponge to burnish them and bring out, so it looks very much like wood.
Traveling in a discreet cluster among the guests are the judges, all of them architects and designers.
I didn't notice the cables. How did they, I wonder how on earth you would get that so they wouldn't just break.
They give big points when the desserts made to eat tie into the desserts for display only. That's one reason this replica of a 1930s radio by Kerry Cole of the Seaport Hotel tied for first place. John Uzzi is a designer at Ad Inc.
And there's parts of it that are very shiny and very smooth. We all wanted to touch it, and in fact, several of us did.
Very
we probably weren't
sexy.
supposed to, yes.
Very
sensual.
Yes.
Everyone wants to touch it and lick it, even.
The other first place winner came from Stacy Wormwood of Maison Robert. Velma's Diner, named after Stacy's grandmother, came complete with a cup of coffee, napkin, burger, pie case, and bottles of ketchup.
There aren't too many diners around anymore, and I thought it would be fun. There's a lot of detail work. It took me about 2 weeks.
Right down to the food, resting on the rack, inside the miniature oven. Clearly, if the pastry thing doesn't work out for Stacy or any of these contestants, there's surely a place for them in the world of architecture.
Thank you. It's a drive-through, make it fast.
Masterpiece. Goodfellas. Saturday at 8 p.m. on Boston's WB.
Who let the dogs out?
Who? 6:24 this morning. Who did let the dogs out is what I want to know.
Who's barking like dogs?
It's a great day here this morning. Lots of sunshine. Don't you love that song? They get you going.
Oh, it does. It's a good Friday morning song.
Yes.
Speaking of Friday morning treats, Jen Rossi's on the run with some gingerbread houses.
She's surrounded by gingerbread houses at the World Trade Center. Good morning, Jen.
Good morning, Glenn. Yep, the World Trade Center is holding their annual Christmas festival. It starts today, Friday at noon. Apparently there's going to be lines of people outside. It goes on all weekend. They've got tons of incredible stuff here. But right now, I'm going to be speaking to some of the people who are getting involved in the gingerbread house competition. We've got a very energetic team behind me. Where are you guys from?
Newbury College.
You're looking like you know what you're doing. I was wondering, the gingerbread house is actually a dog's house, is that correct?
That's correct.
It's very intricate, it's beautiful. Can you show me and give me a few tips on how to apply the icing sugar? Because I always get it wrong.
Absolutely. One of the tips that I could recommend is that you break the bag into almost two. So you have the bottom piece. It's a lot easier to pipe when you have less of the bag to force the piping, the frosting through. And then as you work, you can actually feed from the top into the bottom, and it makes it a whole lot easier. For people at home that may not have these bags, I can recommend maybe going to a store and supermarkets, and you can purchase these, and they come with the various tips that you can
Thank you, Jerry. You certainly seem to know what you're talking about. But I guess you're an instructor at the school.
At Newbury College, yes. So this is our 25th year working with the Home for Little Wonders.
What a beautiful idea. Let's move over here. This one is, now where are you from?
I'm from Maison Robert.
And what's your name?
Stacy Wormhood.
Stacy, I was wondering, what is this roof made out of?
It's made out of shredded wheat.
That is a very unusual idea, but it's looking good. Can you turn it around and show our audience how it looks inside? Because not only is the front incredible, but I believe you've turned it into a little house inside. I know one of the interesting concepts about this competition is the children also get to judge it. So I think this is going to be popular amongst the kids. And it's to do with how it tastes. So I'm going to try one of these biscuits, which is what this is made of. Is that correct? All right, let's try. Actually, I have to say it's pretty good, and it makes a good sturdy building material.
Oh, yes.
So thank you very much. Over there is the
eating
Legal
house?
Seafoods Ginger House. Another beautiful house. Coming up, we'll be finding out more about this work of art, guys.
Don't eat their houses, Jen.
I wonder what would happen if I took a little...
Oh, no.
Causing trouble at the gingerbread houses, which you can see over at the World Trade Center through Sunday. What fun.
I've actually built dozens of gingerbread houses in my time.
Did they look that nice?
Some of the latter ones looked a little better than some of the earlier ones.
Yeah?
My wife used to be in charge of a big festival where they would build gingerbread houses, and she would make me build one every year. So every year for, like, 10 years, I never will build another gingerbread house as long as I live.
Oh, I don't know, Darren. The season is young. Perhaps by December we'll get you building one. Still much more ahead this